Welcome back, fellas, and now I'm gonna give a small example about how to use the message box and how to use something called Inputbox. This Inputbox is a pop-up window where you can insert information and save it in your application. So how it's gonna work, first of all, we're gonna use button and a label. So the button, I'm gonna make it a little bit big and I'm gonna rename it register here. And the label, it's gonna be for example in the middle. I'm gonna first make it a bit bigger. I'm gonna choose 16, so I'm gonna put it here, and then I'm gonna remove the name of label 1, so I will not be able to see the name. Actually, it is still visible. The label 1 is still visible, and when I mark it I can see it here, but it just had no name on this application. So but be focus with me that the label 1 is still have the design name, which is label 1. So when you want to use the label 1 inside the programming page, it's called label1.text or label1.blah blah blah. But for the meantime, only on this interface, on the application interface, it is just there's no name. So what we can do now is that we are going basically to work inside this button, because once we press the button, we're going to start our operation. So double click on the button, and what I'm going to do here is that I am first of all going to introduce the computer by using dim, and this is how I introduce the computer to something. So I am going to introduce dim and let's say username, comma, and also one more thing, intro as a string. You can also do that, which is as string and dim intro as string, both the same. You can use whatever you want. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna dim those two things, and then we are going to say that intro is a sentence, which is insert your username here. Okay, so intro is only a sentence, so each time I don't want to write this sentence, I can just use the variable or the string intro. Okay, now what is username? Username is an input box, okay, that I want to see this sentence inside, so intro inside it. So username, okay, my username is going to be input box, and I want to see this sentence inside the input box. What is input box? Is something that you put a text into it or inside it. Okay, it's just a box that you put a text inside it, so that's why it's called input box. And I'm gonna show what it is for you. So this is an input box. Okay, so now I want to tell you something, that once you put the username, I want a message to pop up and to tell me let's see, to tell me your username is. So I'm gonna write message box your username is, and then and I put the username because I'm gonna put my username inside the input box. So basically this is gonna be my username, and then label1 dot text equal username also. Label 1, which is the one is right here, the one that is basically invisible. So let's do F5 and register here, and it says that insert your name here. So I'm gonna your username here, so I'm gonna put a username, for example, and press OK. So it's gonna tell me that your username is fchar, and there you go, the label 1 is changed to my username. So this is basically how you register a name, or how you just register a personal information. You can do that using personal information. You can do that, I don't know, whatever you would like to have registered on your computer. For example, you can use such a small program. And yeah, that was an example that I would like to just mention or share with you. I'm gonna, of course, put this programming page and application into the download section so you can download it and run it on your Visual Studio. So we'll see you in the next video.